Enthusiastic audience, exactly. Full
Mm-hmm.
house, wonderful
Mm-hmm.
sound, stunning hall, and really, really beautiful, stirring Irish ballads and toe-tapping songs. Anyone that knows our music know that there's great moments in the show, you know.
Today we have our with us a tenor and record producer Anthony Kearns of the Irish Tenors. So excited to have you with us today on Music City Review. Thank you so much for not only coming and doing this interview, but also just coming to Nashville next month. We're so excited to have you and see you and the Irish Tenors perform. So that should be a wonderful experience. But yes, just really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this.
No problem. It's no problem at all. Delighted to be with you.
Great. So I suppose we can just jump right into it. I guess I'd just like to start by asking about your origins, how you really got started with singing in particular. I've read that you were born into a musical family, and so I know that that's part of your background and your upbringing. But I was just wondering what really sparked your passion for singing, if it was that or just kind of what
Well,
led you
yeah,
to.
like you said, started out in music was in the family. It was for fun that we perform music, but it was in, I suppose you call it high school or secondary school for us, that I kind of got introduced to different style of music than I was used to. I was used to folk music, Irish music, traditional Irish music, but then in school I was introduced to classical instruments, and it just took it to another area that I'd never experienced before. So musicals and show tunes and stuff like that. And that's kind of sparked the interest. And listening into some of that music, I realized that I could sing. I always knew I could sing a song and hold a tune, but I wanted to try and sing some of that music
Mm-hmm.
rather than just play a trombone in an orchestra. I wanted to get out and be front and center and perform.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, so you originally started with trombone.
in school, yeah, when I went to the high school, a trombone was stuck in my face, and that's what I had to play. It wasn't my
Mm-hmm.
instrument of choice at the time. I couldn't read music, so I had to start the hard way.
The hard way, yeah. I suppose it probably helped though, learning how to read music early on. But
Absolutely, I was late to it really because traditional music is a lot of it is learned by ear and it's passed on. You pick up a tune, you play it, you listen to people, and you record it, and you go away and you embellish it and do your own thing to it. But now it's been more documented. It's been written down. But it's back when I was growing up, it was just you got a tune, you got a few tonic, you got the you went away and you practice that. There was no sheet music. There was no stem on the stave.
yeah, just
That was
learned
new to me.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
how interesting. Was that a difficult transition for you, going from learning things orally just by ear to learning like classical repertoire, or just how was that process for you? How do
Very
you?
difficult because you break the habit of the oral tradition, and then you had to apply the, like you have to count, you have to break it down and go through the motions. But I did it. I mean, I was a later as regards theory of music. I did to about grade 7, and that was enough for me to cope. Um, so that's what I did, and with a good ear, then I put the two together. So I'll give you an example. One time when one of my first classical performances was Messiah in Dublin with the 4 soloists and the choir and the orchestra. But I was slowly picking up the reading of the music. So I did it my way. I learned it off. I got somebody to play it on a cassette tape. You might know what a cassette is, but I did.
Oh yes, yes.
I played it on a tape. I went away. I learned it, and I came along on the performance. I knew I was sure and solid of what I was singing, but I had missed a few pages. I looked to my right, and my colleague was on page, say, 120, and I was still on 84 or something. So I subtly turned about pages. but I knew in the music where I was.
Mhm,
So I said,
mhm.
never again. I can't allow that to happen. Embarrassing, and the conductor was waving his arms, and that didn't matter to me. I was doing my
Yeah.
thing. I knew
Mhm.
where I was. So I
Yeah,
said, no,
that's not.
I can't allow that to happen.
Mhm. Well, for that performance, that's what's important.
Yeah, it scared the daylights out of me. So I said, no, never again. I need to be. You need that. That's something you don't need. It's hard enough to sing music. You don't need to have the doubts and fears. So I said, we've got to
Mhm,
get that sorted.
mhm.
So you knew
Absolutely.
you could speak the language of the music. You could read where you were. You could follow the tempi. You could follow the notes. You knew how long to hold for, and you should educate stuff. That's
Mhm.
all.
Absolutely, very important for all the singers out there to learn how to count and
Read the dots.
follow along. Yes, wonderful. Going kind of off of that, you've obviously sung many different styles of singing. Um, is there a specific genre that you prefer? Is it the folk songs that um, we know so well, or is it classical art song? Is it arias, opera?
It's the whole lot. It's a mixed bag. I love the operatic arias. I always go back to them for the discipline. I love the art songs. A lot of the Irish songs are art songs. A lot of the
Mhm.
classical Irish songs, Thomas Moore's melodies, and Percy French and voices like that. They're classical Irish art songs and feature in people's performances all over the world. Um, so there are the great songs that you never tire of. But I
Mhm.
mean, there's just two kinds of singing, good and bad. That's it. You know,
Mhm.
you have to enjoy it, and you have to know your abilities and your capabilities and your limitations, I suppose. But I mean, I've tried all styles. I even sang country at one stage for the fun of it.
Oh, really? Will we be?
Back in my youth, yeah, but
I was going to
in talent
ask if,
competitions.
since you're going to Nashville, if you might bring it back.
Be good fun, wouldn't it? Up in
Yeah.
the Nelson with
Yes,
the Nashville Symphony. That'd be super.
that would be amazing. Oh my
But
goodness.
do you know what? It's not the music is not that far removed. The Irish music has a lot of that. A lot of country music was influenced by good Irish music. All those toe tapping tunes that you hear. There's lot of difference between that and the American folk music and country music. They're not that far removed. It's a bit like blues and jazz and soul and rockabilly, and they are all connected. Same way with the Irish music and the Cajun music and the American folk music, bluegrass, and they're all intertwined, and it's songs that
Mhm.
pass down and been embellished by other people. That's all. You change a chord here, and you change a twang there in your voice, and all of a sudden you're country.
Yeah, that is so interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but I suppose some of it's passed down as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
so there's a lot of similarities there.
very much so. Yeah, but the opera is a different animal altogether. That's a wonderful discipline, wonderful music. Difficult, but you're
Mm.
either in it or you're out of it. You can't. It's hard to jump in and out, which I've done, but it's nice to stay in it for a while. You get into a zone and you get into that repertoire.
Hmm.
It's a tough business to be in,
Yes.
but
Are there any? Oh,
it's
please go
very
ahead.
rewarding. Very
Mm.
rewarding when you work. You could work on an opera for 4 or 5 months just for the one performance, but it's very
Hmm.
time consuming, but very rewarding. It's just a wonderful art form.
Hmm. Absolutely. I know that you have played Don Ottavio from Don Giovanni and Don Jose from Carmen. What?
Big jump between the two.
Yes, yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
But is there a particular role that you've really enjoyed playing or was the most memorable for you?
I have a fondness for the high lyrical tenor roles like Donizetti's repertoire, like
Mm-hmm.
L'Elisir d'Amore, which is beautiful, difficult but beautiful. I like those kind of roles. I like Lucia di Lammermoor.
Mm-hmm.
They're lyrical, they're high, they require a good line when you're singing. and you have to be able to sit up there all day and make it look easy, and it's not. It's a
Mm-hmm.
challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's easy. It's easy to step up sometimes, park and bark and throw out a top note, and that's it. But to sustain constantly up over the stave there, up the tenor over the voice, it's hard, and it's the tessitura, as they call it, is difficult. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good discipline. If you can work that, if you sing that stuff, you'd sing anything. I
Yes.
mean,
Would you have any recommendations for younger singers out there who are maybe starting to learn opera roles or getting into that kind of more bel canto style?
yeah, look, you obviously listen to your teacher. That's the person who's guiding you. They're your extra pair of ears. You're not
Mm-hmm.
listening to yourself, not to be self-obsessed and internal listening. You need to check on it, all right, but your teacher is good to keep you on the rail, on the tracks. And they
Mm-hmm.
guide you and your voice, and depending on your age, you can't go wrong with the Mozart repertoire. If you can sing that stuff, that's super. It's just like stepping stones. You don't need to be lashing out Puccini or Verdi or the big Verismo roles in your
Mm-hmm.
20s
Mm.
or your 30s even. Your voice might be suited to that. But I mean, there's so much music to explore before you get to that repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Some of the Irish music is quite testing. You take a perfect example now, the song, Danny Boy. You can sing Danny Boy and sing that line and hold those notes. In our case, it goes to a B flat for the tenor, which is high. It
Mm-hmm.
starts high, it sits up around the F, G, A, with the B flat at the top note. If you can sustain that kind of singing, that's healthy for the voice, you know? So you don't have to go out and sing all the big bravura stuff if you're not able to, because other people are doing it, or
Yeah.
work
Mm-hmm.
within yourself. You know yourself. Common sense has to prevail. If you're breaking down 10 times in the song, just back off the gas and try something different. You get your head into a knot, and you get your head into a space you don't want to be in. You need to just be able to enjoy it and, use your brain.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's come and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you, must go and I must bide. But come you back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
So just staying within what you can do for your age
Yeah,
and
yeah, exactly. Take advice from repetitors and coaches and the people you trust. Your singing teacher's your best friend if you get the right one. You can get the wrong one too, but I mean, they know, but you'll know yourself. You'll know yourself after years of practicing and singing. You know it sits well within you. It's like a hand and glove. That's nice, and I can sing this with a certain level of comfort. It doesn't have to be too comfortable, but it should be beyond you. You should be breaking down, as I say, uh,
mm-hmm.
mid song, or aria. So you need just
Mm-hmm.
to take advice from those. It's all about technique, really. It's all about the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's repetitive, and it takes years to build a solid technique. But if you can, we're all still trying to master that. You never get fully finished. You just don't learn it and then it stops.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay working it every day. You get up and go work on the same thing, the routine, the technique, the
Mm-hmm.
breathing, the scales, get your voice going, and then apply it to your singing,
Mm-hmm.
and try and get out of your own way.
Yes, very good advice. Um, let's see. Jumping taking a different route. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about how the Irish Tenors started, how that came about?
Well, the opportunity arose when the producer in Dublin contacted individual tenors at the same time, I think, is what happened. And they were at the Cannes Film Festival where they had encountered a project for PBS called The Three Tenors with Domingo Carreras and Pavarotti. So the guys who were Irish met some American friends and they had dinner and said, Ireland is famous for its music and its song and its poetry, and we've a wealth of music that you could paper the world with. So, and we're renowned for our singers. So they come up with the idea of putting three Irish guys together and calling them the Irish Tenors. And PBS liked the idea, and so it was born. And we got called up to audition, and that's how it came about. That's 26 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a great partnership with PBS. It was a wonderful project, and it just took off. It was huge. And then came Riverdance, and Riverdance were on the scene at the time. They were around the same time. They were the year before us, in fact. So you had Riverdance, you had the Irish Tenors, and then you had everyone that could bang a drum from Ireland all jumped on the boat. They were all over here.
Yes, that's amazing.
A sea of Irish music and singers and Celtic women and 10 tenors and 5 tenors and 12 tenors and every denomination and size, shape, and everything,
Oh, that's amazing. Well, let's see here. Your performance is on the 14th of March in Nashville.
Correct.
Yes. Are there any things in particular that the listeners or the audience members can be looking out for or listening for?
Well, anyone that knows the Irish Tenors, and we've good followers down in Nashville. We've played it for many years in the Schermerhorn Theatre with the National Symphony, which is a stunning venue, might I add. It's this little oasis in the middle of all this country. Then you have this classical venue, which is super. And the orchestra are second to none. Like, they are superb. So we're going to have the full complement of the orchestra. That's one thing. So we have great arrangements. Our arrangements, the majority of our arrangements that we're using on this particular tour are arranged by David Cullen. And David Cullen was the arranger of Phantom of the Opera. David is well known. Andrew Lloyd Webber fans would know David Cullen's work. And he is so clever in his use of the instrumentation and the stories that are told with the different instruments of the orchestra. That, coupled with the great songs of Ireland and with 3 singers on top of that sound, makes for a good stomping evening. We have toe-tapping songs, we have the romantic ballads, we have all the tears and tiaras will come out that night. It will be a roller coaster of emotion. We're getting close to St. Patrick's Day, and actually, it's funny. It's our last show of the tour. We're starting early. We start on the 23rd of February.
Oh, wow.
And we finish in Nashville. That's our last gig of that month. Yeah, so we've never finished that early before in our lives. Normally we were playing over St. Patrick's Day, but on this occasion we started early and we finish early. We fly home on the 15th. So it works out great. So we'll be in great form for a good night in Nashville.
Finale.
Good, enthusiastic audience, exactly. Full house. Wonderful sound, stunning hall, and really, really beautiful, stirring Irish ballads and toe-tapping songs. Anyone that knows our music know that there's great moments of joy,
Absolutely.
We let our hair down. We don't hold back. We're not shy. We just go for it,
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited. Personally, I'm excited to come hear you all. So obviously, you all have been touring for quite a while, and I was just wondering, what are some memorable performance experiences for you just during your time over the years touring?
Yeah, well, with the Irish Tenors, we've been given great opportunity. As I said, PBS was a big door opener for us. So one of our shows that was recorded was on Ellis Island, which was the gateway to America for a lot of people from Europe, particularly the Irish people. But that was a moving, nostalgic time for us. 2001, I think it was, in Ellis Island, and our host of that show was Martin Sheen, the famous actor. Charlie Sheen and Milo Estevez, their dad. So his mother came to Ellis Island. She was one of the people that came through. So it's very close and personal to him. So that was great. That was a great month for the Irish Tenors opportunity to guest and to perform out there. And then, we've been lucky to play the major venues, as most people have, and I'm sure, like we played Sydney Opera House and we played, Carnegie Hall, and we play that regularly, and Radio City Music Hall and the Hollywood Bowl. These are things that you dream of, but you'd never imagine that would happen. But I mean, there have been some special performances along the way, and it's hard to pick out one that is favourite. I suppose Ellis Island would be the one that stands out for me the most because of the history and association with Ireland. Stand in the hallowed halls and to sing our Irish music, where many a poor Irish person walked through those doors, got their number, and headed into a new world, and not knowing what to expect. Yeah.
Very different. So you're living in America now?
No, I'm actually living back in Ireland. I was here for a number of years. I still keep a home here, so I'm back and forth.
Okay.
To do the long haul. I'm in Florida when I'm here, my base, and then I go back to Ireland part of the year. So I'm back and forth. It's like they're a direct flight, so it's easier to do. But I was here for a long spell.
Okay, interesting. What have been some of the things about America that you've enjoyed, or just interesting cultural things?
Well, the obvious thing is the freedom that you have, the freedom to come and go and to do and work and get on, and the opportunity that's there for people if you're willing to put in the graft. It's a wonderful opportunity, but the freedom is just, you can't. If you could bottle it, you'd make a fortune. To roam freely through 50 states, that's it. It's like 50 countries. It's like a larger Europe. You wander through Europe, freely. That the United States, it's free to roam, and people will you to win and want you to succeed, and that's something that we like. We're willing to work, and given a chance, we'll do it. And I like that about people. They as the song goes, they raise you up and they support you, and that's great. We have a loyal following for 26 years, and families and generations have continued that. That's can't beat that. The respect and the kindness that people have shown us down through the years, and the support. Like, it's never waned, and that's lovely. So a lot of good people here, and they've been good to us. And we'll never tire of working in the States. And it's different every time. To go from different state to different state with different accents. And it's great to meet people from all walks of life. I love it, I have to say. I really enjoy it.
Yes, it seems like a very interesting life to get to meet so many different people.
Yeah, and just to roam like a bard, like a wandering minstrel that we are, You carry all we have is our voice. Back on your back, and away you go, and you can survive and get on.
Switching gears again, what inspires you as an artist and keeps you interested in staying in the practice room and really doing those vocalizations every day and just keeping your technique up? What inspires you? Are there any particular artists, or just what is that for you?
Well, for me, you never lose sight of where you came from. I wasn't born into a wealthy family by any measure of means. We had a difficult enough upbringing, like a lot of people in rural Ireland. So when I got an opportunity, I didn't waste it. You never lose sight of that. That's the thing. That's the fire in the belly that you need, the hunger and the drive. That's what ignites. Because you could easily fall back on the pyre and just end up doing nothing, or just plodding through life. And you have a chance, and you're given the opportunity, and you're blessed, thank God, with voice, then you have to use it to the best of your ability. And it's head-wrecking stuff. You have a bang your head off the wall. I'll be out of here tomorrow. I'll be singing for hours on end till I drive myself to the point of madness. Maybe I sing too much. I don't know, but that's just the nature of the beast. I won't
Mhm.
stop till I have it right, and I'm content within myself. And you just know this, the feeling, the light comes on, and you just know I put in the graft now, and we're just going to go for it. But if I didn't put in the work and I just wandered out there and just did it any old way, I wouldn't be happy.
Mhm.
So you have to put in the hard graft. You have to respect your talent. You have to respect the people that are paying top dollar to come see it,
Mhm.
and don't take anything for granted. You know, be
Mhm.
taken on you tomorrow. So I'm delighted to have gotten this far, and I hope to continue.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, that's good advice. Don't waste the talent you've been given. Yeah.
No, and enjoy the process. Look, it's never going to be
Mhm.
rosy and sunshine. Says he who's living in Florida now, but I mean, there are days, and you have to pick yourself up and say, "Now stop it, get a grip, and get on again." You know,
Mhm.
wipe the
Mhm.
slate clean. It's like wipe the hard drive clean. Go back at it again, baby steps. Go back to the basics, and just get yourself
Mhm.
going again. But don't have a meltdown. Say,
Mhm.
"Come on, let's get a grip here." That's all you
Mhm.
can do. And laugh at it and say, "Here, to hell with it. Here goes."
Mhm. Try again. Yeah.
Right again, if you put in the work, it'll stand to you.
Mhm. Yeah. Being
If you can
consistent.
get through your work in your studio and you think, it could be better, it could be better, get it to the level as you possibly can, the best you can. It takes another step up when you put it in front of strangers and an orchestra and another layer and a conductor, and it lifts all both rise of the rising tide, and it lifts together in a performance. And you kind of go, wow, how did I do that? That was great, and you feel good. But you've been doing it all along, but you're your own worst critic, and you're
Mm.
listening. It's like driving a car with the handbrake on. You're kind of listening and driving, and handbrake is on, but
Yes.
you need to let
Yeah.
it go, and that's you only let it go in performance,
Mhm.
and then it'll just soar.
Yeah. Give yourself the opportunity. Stop listening to yourself all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely.
You a performer? Are you a singer?
Oh yes, I am. I'm getting my master's in vocal performance. So
Oh my God.
yeah, yeah. So I'm very excited to get the opportunity to talk about singing with you.
Great.
So yeah, very exciting. But yes. Let's see. Oh well, I suppose this is a good one. What advice would you give to young people who are considering a career in music?
Stay away from it. No, look at
Run.
run. And no, just you have to put your heart and soul into it if you want it. You have to have, as I say, that fire in the belly. If that's not there, you have to really want it. Hunger is great sauce, as they say. So you need a
Mm,
reason. You want it more than anything else. You eat it, you sleep it, you drink it, you breathe it. That's It's an obsession, really.
mm,
But you
mhm,
have to want it really bad in order to be really good.
mm,
Um, and you have to have your standards. You have to set good standards for yourself. And you have to realize too your ability, and that's hard to accept. Teachers,
mhm,
some people will let it drag along forever because they're getting paid an hourly. But you have to be honest. People
mhm,
will be honest with you, and you just have to learn to take that too. It's not
mhm,
for everybody. It's a tough old profession, but if you want to do it, there's no more enjoyable profession out there. But you have to put in the
mhm,
hard craft, but don't beat yourself up. Look, enjoy it. Life's too short. You can always do other things. There are a million other things, and there's strains and strands. You can work in theatre. You can work in
mhm.
music. You could be a librarian of music. You can always be involved in the business. You don't have to be the one that's taking the top C's or the top of those.
Mhm, mhm,
You can be. There's so many facets and so many parts to this profession.
mhm.
Millions of jobs. Makeup, hair, if you're into the opera thing, production, directing. It's a big old business. And it's
Yes,
brilliant.
very,
Fun.
very intricate. Yeah.
Yeah, and anything you've learned is not wasted because you have a language and an understanding that a lot of people won't have. And that's
Mhm,
valuable. You can speak the language like you're doing the interview here today. And you laugh at when I say, oh, because you recognize, oh, I've been there, done that.
mhm,
You
mhm.
know,
Yes, yes. It's certainly something that I'm very grateful to have.
Yeah.
Um, well, I one other question I had was, do the tenors have any other recordings coming out? Is there anything we can be on the lookout for in the future?
Well, we did. We recorded one for our 25th anniversary last
Yes, yes.
January. So we do
Mm,
have, and it's just called the Irish Tenors 25th anniversary.
mm,
It's only available on our, as it happens, through our website at the minute. But that's the way we like it. It's great. It's kind of a souvenir, and all our followers and fans have it because
mm,
it's a
mhm,
culmination of all the years, and so we give it a we did a new recording there last January, and so that's our offering. Sure, we recorded maybe 15 or 16 or 17 albums. I can't remember now, but that's the one now that we have for the 25th, and we'll have it with us, and presume in Nashville
mhm,
for those that will be there. And as I say, it's available on our website if people want to have a look, a listen, and
mhm. Yes, very nice. So definitely check that out. Let's see. Do you have any other plans while you're in Nashville? Anything you're looking forward to besides obviously the great venue, but and the wonderful performing, of course. But
yeah. I'd love to get to a country show. I don't know if I will. The time is tight. We get in the evening before, and it'll be late. And then we have the
mhm,
rehearsals the next day with the orchestra, which I enjoy. And then I'm out of town the next day. I'm flying via Dulles to Ireland, so I'm gone the next day. So I won't get much time. I've been in Nashville many times before, though.
mhm,
But I do like the bit of country music.
mhm,
And sure, we might sneak out and have a little look after our show.
mhm, mhm.
Have a peep somewhere, not too far away. There's several places with 3 and 4 floors of country bands playing. My God,
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. It is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's mind blowing actually. But it's great. It's a great success.
Mhm.
I'd love to go to the Grand Ole Opry. I've never been.
Oh yes, yes, that's
That would
definitely.
be nice. But I'm of the old school country. The Waylon Jennings, you know, um,
Mm,
Dolly Parton era,
yes,
the old
yes.
school singers, Willie
Mhm,
Nelson,
mhm,
Merle Haggard, the older ones. That's the one. That's the kind of stuff that I like. The
mm.
newer country music is more like rock.
True. Yeah, it
Yeah, it's very
is.
rocky and
There's a mix up or
yeah,
mashup.
Keith Urban and these guys. They're all. It's a bit. I don't know. It's different.
Mhm, mhm. Is there anything we can do as the audience to be a good audience members for you?
Let yourself go. Enjoy it. Don't hold back. We're not that precious. Like this music is to be celebrated and enjoyed. It's St. Patrick's Week, 2 days before St. Patrick's Day.
Mhm,
If you know it, sing along, join in with us, have the fun, enjoy the energy that's coming off the stage right at you, and we feed off it coming back to us. So it's an audience participation. Clap along, sing along, and clap in time if you're going to clap. No syncopated clapping.
yeah.
Yeah, but just enjoy yourself. Look, there's too many serious things in life. You're letting your hair down for 2 hours. You're forgetting about the troubles in the world, the wars, the political wars, the ugliness that's in the world at the minute.
Mhm.
So 2 hours of something that you enjoy, and that's good tonic, good medicine. The doctor recommends it.
Yes, absolutely. Music is the best medicine.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much again for joining Music City Review. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. So I
No,
appreciate
you're
it.
very welcome. I'm here putting a library of music together. So I have music everywhere on the floor,
Oh,
on count. So I'm acting as the librarian as well here. I'm putting the music together. I have a box here for FedEx to go out tonight. I'm waiting for the truck call to take the music to the conductor, the chorus. So
oh, wow, wow! Lots of organizing. It must be kind of fun though.
yeah, so that's behind the scenes stuff that people don't realize.
Mm-hmm,
I'm very much involved in it, but it's all good.
mm-hmm. Yes, it's good to be involved in the whole process, and that way
Absolutely.
you know what's happening too, and yeah.
Exactly. Sarah, it's lovely meeting you and talking to you, and hopefully we will see you in
Yes,
Nashville.
I will be there. So
The
yes,
one
thank you
shouting and
so
screaming.
much. Yes, first row.
Excellent.
Yes, thank you so much, and I hope you have a
It's
great
a
rest
pleasure.
of great rest of
Yeah.
your day, and
We'll see you in a
a
few
good
weeks.
tour.
Is what this
Yes.
is. Yeah. See, at the end of the tour, we'll probably be hanging and dragging our heels, but there's still life in us. We have a day off beforehand, so we'll be fine. We'll be fresh and ready to go. Looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. Me too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, have a
Bye for
good
now.
one. Bye for now.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Where the mountains of the morn sweep down to the